I rock with the people that rock with me. And that's a fact. If you rocking with DZ, DZ rocking with you. But if you a hater, ain't no coming back, man. You know, that's just how I rock. If you a hater, I don't give haters second chance. Especially if I ain't grew up with you in the sandbox, nigga. I ain't grew up with you in the sandbox, nigga. I don't care nothing what you talking about. And if I grew up with you in the sandbox, you'll never get close to me how you was at one point. And this is just a fact. Y'all know how I'm rocking, man. Since I've been going hard in the paint talking about Wack, I've been letting it be known that the nigga is the police. Straight up. Everybody knows that rock with DZ. I ain't never embraced Wack as a friend. I ain't never have a personal conversation outside of YouTube with Wack. It's the only place we gonna talk. I do a live call-in show. So yes, anybody can call into the show. Just so happened, Wack called in to the show, right? And I've been calling it out from the door. Wack is them people. I ain't never changed my stance on that. And that's a fact. I know what the police look like when I see the police. I know how they operate. Niggas that's working with the feds. They always want to be around other people. And they always getting people indicted. And they always acting like they don't know what happened. Straight up. Just keeping it a buck. And y'all know how I be rocking with this shit, man. I go hard in the paint. Just keeping it a buck. The people that rock with me, you know, I appreciate y'all. The people that support SBGB TV and SBGB TV worldwide, I appreciate y'all. Y'all my folks. And I rock with y'all. We just solid, man. Wack been working with the feds for a minute. And a lot of these niggas on the West Coast, they turned a blind eye to Wack being a federal informant because they looked at how they was going to benefit from it. They said, hold up. They on Clubhouse with Wack and they all cool with Wack because they looking at, man, I'm going to get some light and benefit. Not DZ. I never looked at it like that. From the door, I understand what it is when these informants is running around and they trying to befriend niggas. I know what snakes look like. From the door, I called it out. Now, it was some jokers upset, you know, because I ain't let them get next to me. But I don't care about none of that at all. DZ do it dolo. I don't understand why the people that's out that way, they feel like they gotta be next to somebody to elevate. I don't feel like that. Straight up. I don't feel like I gotta be next to other podcasters to elevate in this game. All I think about is consistency and grind. This how I was in the street. I ain't never feel like I gotta be next to other hustlers for me to hustle hard. I ain't feel like I had to be next to other niggas to reach the levels I was trying to go to. I'm the same way with the internet. I don't feel like I gotta be next to these foo-faffy ass people. This why I know these niggas gonna be mad at me forever. You know, they might act like they rock with me 1 minute. Soon as a nigga say something about me, the next thing you know, they talking about me. This how it go. It's a part of the game, you know. But I understand these things. And this is a fact. This is why my distance is like that with everybody. So if a joker want to talk about me, it's cool. And I'm just keeping it back in the buck, right? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm back on my shit. I'm back on my shit, and I'm talking slick to whoever. This is where I'm at with it now. Ain't no more laid back. If somebody want to smoke, I'm giving you the smoke. This is where I'm at with it, right? But just understand, ain't no limit on my smoke. I ain't just keeping it to a certain level when I start to bring the smoke. I'm bringing the smoke. Just keeping it a buck. The real ones know how I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? The haters, they gonna hate, man. But I need the haters back. So I got to, you know, turn it back up so I can bring the haters back. Straight up, I got to bring the haters back. You know what I mean? I need them all back so I can have, you know, some people to go at. You know what I'm saying? I can't go at my folks. So I got to have some people to go at as well. And we going to turn it back up. We all know Wack is working with the feds, right? We know this. Straight up. And we not talking about one case. I'm talking about daily. Wack is a federal informant. Ain't no time off. We all know when the police work every single day. They work when they off duty and when they on duty. See, this is what some of these people that was rocking with Wack at one point, they act like they only wanted to address a certain situation with Wack. No, Wack is an informant in everything he associates himself with. You can't be a part-time informant. It don't work like that. It's either you are an informant or you not. These niggas want to address one situation. Nah, Wack is the police every day of the week in every situation he encounters. All that tough guy shit that Wack do on the internet is foo-fafi. Straight up, it's foo-fafi. Because he's the man. The police. Straight up. And, you know, a lot of these dudes was making an exception for Wack until Wack go at them. Now, Jay Prince, since Wack was the police from the door, oh, he knew what it is. He said, oh, shit, this nigga the police. You know, because I got to keep it a buck, right? Jay Prince might be a dirty individual, right? Straight up, he might be a dirty individual. But what I do know, he gonna play that street game like the street game supposed to be played. If it's in the street, it's in the street. These niggas like Wack, they not matching that. They gonna play the police game. They gonna act like they street, act like they gangster, but they gonna play the police game. And Jay Prince know that about Wack. And that's a fact. Straight up. Appreciate that super chat. DZ, I've been thinking, is the feds who funding Wack acting as his team? Check him out here, FBI funding Wack. Of course, they funding Wack. Of course. You better know it. Wack get paid for them people. What type of businessman that claims to have all these contracts has as much time for Clubhouse as Wack do. Wack is paid to be on that platform. He's paid. And if you pay attention, right? And I'm just keeping this a buck. It's only black people that will allow someone to brainwash them about business practices and money when you don't see none of the business. Wack couldn't brainwash the white people like that. And I'm just being real. Wack could not brainwash the white people the way he does black people on Clubhouse. It's only black people that are mesmerized by Wack's lies. And this is just a fact. White people ain't mesmerized by WACK100 lies. It's black people. The nigga will tell you 250 million that he got this here. Millions here, millions there. And black people are really mesmerized by what the nigga's saying when it's all cap. Ain't no white people being mesmerized by no shit like that at all. They gonna sit there and look at the nigga like, oh, he lying. The black people in there like, yeah, Wack, oh, okay. Like they really believe the nigga. Because they do. This shit is crazy. Jay Prince know what type of individual Wack is. Straight up. Yeah. He know Wack is the feds. I know Wack is the feds. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people on these internets, right? They not street people. And just because you commit a crime, you might have been arrested, that shit don't make you, you know, an intelligent person that come from the street or been in the street. It just make you some nigga that was out there. It's niggas that came up in the street, had to play the street, but dude got some smarts to understand certain things. There's some niggas that get trapped in the addiction of the street, might have some smarts, but get trapped in the addictions of the street. But a lot of these niggas on the internet, right? They really don't have it. They just think they got it, right? They don't really understand it. This is why Wack is able to do what he does to a lot of these people, and then they turn around and be beefing with him, right? If you notice, let's just keep it a buck. Wack is not going to beef with me ever, because he knows from my dialogue how smart I am. These other niggas, he knows that they're remedial. So of course, he gonna beef with them. They on his level to play the game. Nigga, I'm thinking above his level. So he's not gonna ever beef with me or go back and forth. My wordplay is on a whole nother level. I ain't talking this shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? And he know this. I'm not talking this shit. Niggas talking this shit get lost in this shit. They don't have the understanding that that shit is really foo-fafi. They think it's real. I know what it is. I ain't gotta come from the West Coast to understand that gangbanging is a failure mission. And this is what some of these people on the West Coast be acting like, oh, you ain't from the West. I ain't gotta come from the West to understand that gangbanging is a failure mission. You can't be successful gangbanging. I don't gotta come from there to understand that. I come from the streets and understand that. Wack sees that the niggas out there straight up are putting gangbanging and gang politics first. This is why he's able to manipulate niggas and then go at them. I ain't with that shit. Real recognize real, right? A nigga built it from the ground up. I know some niggas is sick and they upset. Damn, how this nigga? Nigga, I'm gonna be major in this shit in the future, nigga. I know it. Because everything in my life that I've involved myself with, I've always been major. Everything. I ain't got no problem with coming from the bottom, right? And putting that work in and being at the bottom and playing my position to build it up. I don't gotta go straight to the top. This is just my style. You hear me? That's the difference. A lot of niggas feel like they need a push. They need a alley-oop. I don't need that. I know grinding and consistency always is gonna outweigh the alley-oop. I'ma lap you. Nigga wanting the alley-oop, they not gonna respect it. Because when they fumble, they gonna be looking for another alley-oop. That's the difference with me. If I fumble, I know where I started at, and I know what I gotta do to build it back up. See, this is the understanding of a natural hustler. It's where I come from. Everybody should know at this point that Wack is working with the feds all the time. Straight up. Wack is working with the feds all the time. The shit that he does on the internet is fed work, man. It's fed work. But niggas will still get on there, talk to him, and, you know, poly with him. But I see some niggas is seeing now, man, I can't rock with him. After all this time, Wack and flipped on these niggas, befriended them, right? Some niggas is coming to their senses like, I don't care. No matter what, I ain't rocking with the nigga because he ain't right. You know, Wack got the manipulation game. And I'm going to just keep it a buck. He got the manipulation game because a lot of people second guess shit. They think, well, maybe this and maybe that, instead of going with your first instinct and you know what it is, that's what it is. This is what I do. I don't care if I ain't right. Nigga, that's what I believe. That's what it is. When I was running the streets, anybody that I thought was the feds, they was the feds, nigga. I don't care who said what, when, why, and how. Nigga, they the feds. This how I'm rocking. I ain't letting another nigga persuade me that this person good. Nah, they the feds. They police. I ain't doing no business with them. I don't care how much money they got. I'm not doing no business with them. But a lot of these niggas, right? They'll let a nigga like Wack persuade them. And then they go over there and touch the fire and get burnt. Nigga, I ain't with that. I stand on it. You hear me? OGs like Jay Prince understand what type of person Wack is. Straight up. Just keeping it a buck. In the streets, pioneered the rap game, music mogul industry, putting pressure on niggas, all that. Understand what the streets is. But a lot of these niggas on the internet don't understand what the streets is. And this is, you know, the perception that Wack has on people that are podcasting. So when he see niggas on the internet, the first thing in his mind, he think that you don't really have the knowledge when a lot of these niggas, they really don't. This is why he called me. But now, I'm sure in Wack's mind, that nigga see, nigga, I ain't nothing like none of these niggas. I ain't looking for an alley-oop. I want to grind it. I want to make sure that I put the work in so the people that gravitate to me and rock with me, they rock with me because of the grind I put down. Not because I was placed on the stage like No Jumper. A lot of these jokers that go to No Jumper, they get their following because they're placed on a stage that's already established. I gotta kick the door in. That's the difference. I gotta kick the door in. It's a total difference. I ain't placed on the stage and said, all right, here you go, DZ. Let everybody see you. Nah, I gotta kick it in. I gotta go hard. And it always been like that for me. It's always been like that. That I had to kick the door in. So I understand what the grind is. And a lot of these jokers, they hate that. Because they can't figure me out. They don't understand that I really come from the muck. They can't see how I got this much intelligence in this dialogue this way, and they don't know nothing about me. You know, my folks that know me personally, they watch me on this shit. And they tell me, man, I see you. Straight up. They ain't gotta be intertwined with everybody. Every now and then, some people that I know are commenting here. But they see, but they know me personally. They know how I got here. They know the grind of me. They know the street knowledge I got. They know, I know when I see the feds. Just keeping it a buck. I just don't understand though how a nigga from the East Coast can come on this internet and rock it and build by himself, but the niggas out there on the West Coast is looking for a handout. They need to have this nigga, that nigga, that nigga. And then they intertwine with the police and wonder why they get lined up. Nigga, build your own shit. Put your own work in. You'll respect it even more. Just keeping it a buck. I rock with all y'all that rock with me, man. Jay Prince know what it is with Wack. Wack is them people, man. You know, real ones know. You know what I'm saying? You know, but some of these dudes, right? Just keeping it a buck. Wack had to burn them. Wack had to burn them for them to understand that Wack was the police. Wack had to literally burn them for them to understand Wack is them people. Now, I'm going to let y'all hear what Jay Prince had to say about Wack and these other jokers, right? And we're going to talk about it. And then I'm going to let y'all hear WACK100's response. Straight up. Jay Prince is not going to respond directly to Wack. He's not going to go at Wack. You understand that? And I'm just going to keep it a buck. Jay Prince been putting in work for years. And I'm sure Jay Prince had to get down and get grimy at a point in time. I'm sure, right? If I was always in position, and I'm just keeping it a buck, if I was always in position, right, and I was up here already, I wouldn't pay Wack no attention. Straight up. I'm building something. And I understand what I got to do to build it, right? I know Wack is the police. I understand what I got to do to build this shit. Somebody like Jay Prince already established. Money up, millions. I don't got to address this nigga. He's the police. This nigga's going to try to bait me to go to jail because he's at the level in his life where if it gets sticky, something can happen to you. That's the level that Jay Prince is in life. He's at that level where it's a nigga around him that's going to crash out. Why put myself in that situation dealing with a federal informant when I know he's an informant? Nah. I'm going to let him go ahead and talk. This is why Jay Prince ain't going to go back and forth with Wack. It's a lot of people in the industry that know Wack is an informant. They know this shit. I ain't going back and forth with a nigga because I know what he is. It's the people that don't know what he is. They the ones that's confused about who Wack is. The niggas on Clubhouse, some podcasters. And like I say, right? Niggas of my caliber, right? They usually don't come and do this. This shit right here is like far-fetched from our thinking. And I'm hoping, me being a nigga that come from the street, that I give niggas that come from the street encouragement to say F the streets and come to the internet. Don't play both of them. Leave the streets alone. Come play the internet. Whatever you doing in the streets, drop it all. Just come to the internet. I'm hoping that I can give the people the encouragement to understand it. Because a lot of niggas that come from the streets and got the ability to really do this shit, they scared. Niggas with real life experience, really been out there getting money on another level, they scared to do this. Because they know this shit here can bring RICOs. This shit here can bring the feds. This shit here can get you indicted. And niggas is ducking indictments. But you see these niggas on here, they playing with the indictments because they are the police. So they gonna play with the indictments because they don't care. They working with the police. You see Wack doing what he doing. 1 minute he telling you that the feds is watching. The next minute he telling you that he gonna have something done to you. The next minute he's saying, go to school be a cop, getting law enforcement. The next minute he's telling you we can get down, but you don't see nothing but indictments coming from being around it. That's all you see. Use your mind and you tell yourself what it is. Now you said all this shit, you portraying to be this, you talking about all these hundreds of millions you supposed to have, but you talk all day with people that don't even have a place to live in a car. Hold up. And you ain't offering to say, all right, here, you take a new car. You take a new car. You get a new house. You get this. I'm going to give you this. Now you sending $20 cash apps to niggas. You sending pee-wee shit to niggas. But you telling them hundreds of millions of dollars that you supposedly dealing with. I'm going to keep it 100. I wouldn't even want to talk to a nigga like Wack on Clubhouse. This is my mind state. And I know the people on Clubhouse don't have that mind state, but you're not going to tell me that you got contracts for hundreds of millions of dollars and you not teaching me how to make money. All you doing is telling me this what you doing. Nigga, I don't want to talk to you, nigga. But this is how you know that Wack doesn't have these things. Because somebody that's talking hundreds of millions, they're going to thrive off telling you the game of shit. Not Wack. He thrives off lying to people and making things up. That's all Wack does is lie and make things up. The shit's not real. The character is foo-fafi. But you gotta understand that people like Jay Prince know this shit. They know it. Jay Prince is really dealing with real money, real business. Wack is out here lining niggas up, infiltrating other people's businesses and making sure that their career fails. But to tell you a good story, break down a great story with lies. Man, people with real money see this shit though. Straight up. I tell you, Wack knows to not go back and forth with me. He knows this. It's gonna mess his whole image up because of the way that I break it down. I'm going up regardless. He know it. That nigga know I'm going up regardless. But he don't want to bring himself down and then I go up faster by trying to go at me. So what does he do? He goes at the people that he knows are on a higher level than him and are not going to respond to him. It's the game. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button.